We're going to start our show tonight with a look at how Multnomah County is doing through the eyes of County Chair Jessica Vega Pederson. And yes, you should care even if you don't live here. As the most populated county in Oregon, the impact of the county and its policies are felt everywhere, which is why the state of the county is our big story tonight. I'd like to start out by showing you the beginning of the county chair's speech, but the state of the county is apparently such that they cannot overcome a technical issue on the stream for the chair's once-a-year speech from the start. So the stream, as it turns out, started about 15 minutes into it. I can tell you from the text released by her office that Jessica Vega Pederson said the county's job is to, quote, help people on their hardest days and provide a safety net for those whom our greatest systems fail, end quote. She described a county that in her vision is littered with problems and failed policies of the past. She lifted off several, including decades of federal disinvestment in housing, a broken and unaffordable child care system, a historic lack of treatment and services for people who struggle with addiction, mental illness, and substance use, people entangled in the criminal justice system, along with food and transit deserts. But according to the county chair, the good news is your tax dollars are helping out. She did not offer any specific numbers, by the way, on how any of those issues are improving, but she did say that they are, and the chair wants to build on what she called last year's success in the coming year.
Continue to make meaningful strides to address homelessness, the fentanyl and drug crisis, new behavioral health resources, including sobering and deflection, and investments for community safety across the entire county.
Okay, so the chair has listed a wide range of problems, but says the county government is making progress on fixing all of them and wants to do more of that in the future. She said her budget for next year pays for jails, but she's also proud the county is preparing for the rollback of Measure 110. They're doing that by making sure there are ways for drug users to avoid jail with what's called a deflection program.
My budget includes full funding for our jails, adult parole and probation, and specialty courts. Across the board, we are moving quickly and urgency, bringing more and better resources to our streets and to our community. We have already started to set up a program that will deflect people away from our criminal justice system and into the services that they need when changes to our drug laws through House Bill 4002 are fully implemented on September 1st. This is a short and aggressive timeline, but we have prioritized this work to ensure that when law enforcement have the tools they need to keep our community safe, they also have the tools they need to directly connect someone to services for their addiction. Without clear action, too many people will be caught unnecessarily in our justice system. I have convened an executive team that includes leadership from the city, law enforcement, the courts, the district attorney's office, and the treatment community to make rapid decisions. I have hired a coordinator to fully focus on being ready for September 1st and beyond. I have mobilized staff from across impacted Multnomah County departments, and we will make this deadline.
Now, I know that audio has a buzz. It's not your TV, and the framing's not great, but we wanted to bring that to you because we think it's important that you hear extended comments from the chair. A lot of things are already happening with the rollback of Measure 110, but the biggest part, recriminalizing drugs, well, that does not happen until September 1st, which is what she was talking about. Most of the chair's speech held sweeping generalities, few specifics. One area where she did share numbers was in the spending of the supportive housing services tax. She said the county has already spent $91 million, which is an improvement. They had trouble spending the money last year. Pederson also talked about the already announced plan to get more people off the county's streets.
In February, Mayor Ted Wheeler and I announced the Homelessness Response Action Plan this community has been asking for with clear goals. Mayor, thank you for being here today. In the next 2 years, we will house and shelter 2,700 more people. We will add an additional 1,000 shelter beds and hundreds of behavioral health beds. We will increase the number of adults leaving shelter for permanent housing by at least 15%. We will make sure that 75% of people placed in permanent supportive housing are still there 24 months after placement. And we will reduce homelessness among specific priority populations, including people of color and people identifying as LGBTQIA2S+. This Homelessness Response Action Plan brings together everyone to work from a shared roadmap. Healthcare providers, our justice system, housing providers, service providers, crisis responders, our government partners at all levels.
All right, so some specifics there, but it's still pretty soft in some of the areas. For example, reducing homelessness amongst those specific populations, for example, what does that mean? How many people of color are on the streets now? Would reducing that number by one person meet the chair's goal? That's the trouble with having fuzzy numbers or no numbers. But at least there is a plan with some metrics that we will check in on in February of 2026 to see how they've done. The chair also touted preschool for all, funded by a tax on high income earners. Jessica Vega Pederson was a champion for that as a county commissioner. The initiative promised to create 12,000 new publicly funded preschool seats by the year 2030. That's just 6 years from now. So far, they've created 2,000. Pederson also praised the county workforce.
None of this urgent, critical work that we have to do will be possible without Multnomah County being grounded, being centered, living its values not just in the work we do, but in the way that we do it. Our employees do incredible work, and they are always looking to improve our excellent services and being a leader in our region and our state. I want Multnomah County to continue to be an employer of choice and for our employees to feel supported in the work that they do. Last year, I committed to revitalizing our workforce equity strategic plan, and this year we are moving into action. This plan gives us accountability, better tools for evaluation, and turns the suggestions we've heard and the goals that we've set into action to change the daily lives of our workforce and the people that we serve. While many other counties and states are running away from racial justice and diversity and equity work, I am doubling down. Our county is addressing disparities in our services head on, and we are focused on ensuring every member of our community has a chance to live, rise, and thrive. This kind of work is hard work. It is uncomfortable. It is critical. And we are digging in at Multnomah County.